So let me make my dailies. I'm trying to be better as far as content and giving information out and giving my opinions. Of course, as soon as I start, that's when the assignment wants to go. Give me a second. Okay, I'm back. Soon as I want to say something, that's when the siren comes. Who's so rest in peace, Jesse Jackson. Condolences to his friends, his family and friends. He was a very powerful man in our community. He's done a lot of things. There's been a lot of controversy in his life also. But he is yes, all of them please, a little bit of each. Thank you. Except for barbecue, no barbecue. Thank you. Yes, thank you. He was thank you so much. He was much loved by a lot of people in the community. Yeah, that he had some legal problems, legal issues that impact him. And his family had a great press conference today in memory of him to talk about the services and what's going to actually happen in regards to the services. And several things came out. One of the most important things is that the family wants to invite everyone based on their mom and based on Reverend Jackson legacy. He wants to invite everybody is welcome to come to the going home ceremony. It's going to be a celebration of him, and they said everybody's invited, whether you're far left or far right, you're all invited and stuff like that. I found it interesting when they mentioned that. When they mentioned that everybody's invited, whether it's far left or far right in the middle, I was like, okay, that's interesting. I know for a fact that thank you so much that that Jesse Jackson was a very proponent of black excellent black people helping black people. Um, let's shoplift together. um, very proponented person, and that probably not the right word, but he was a very important person that wanted to bring people together. But he was very much an advocate for black folks. So I was interested in hearing the family say that they want everybody to be invited because a lot of the leaders that's been passing along, especially civil rights leaders, uh, some of the people in the administration, meaning the top person in the administration, would not show up because he didn't like the person or they had conflict and grief. Um, but the family came in, and so I did a little research and I realized that one of the sisters, I think the oldest sister, is actually a Fox News contributor, and I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense. So apparently, the family, even though they believe the civil rights and the father work, there's a huge. I'm guessing there's a key spectrum like of what political beliefs they have. I'm not saying that she's a conservative MAGA. I'm not saying that, but it just was interesting when I did some research. I'm like, I'm wondering why they said that. Then I was like, oh, okay, it makes sense. So that means they have different people in their family that have different beliefs. That makes sense. Also, as a family member, also he's saying that he's giving the message. I think it was the oldest brother is giving the message from his mom. His mom wants everybody to be united and remembering Jesse Jackson. Granted, they have a right to do that. It's their family. Lovely. Everybody should come under one tent. Remember Jesse Jackson, Reverend Jesse Jackson for all the work he done and stuff like that. Now we all know that prior to Trump being who he was definitely a Democrat, and he was a Democrat powerhouse. So he knew a lot of the Democratic people and stuff like that. He even went to the Clintons' wedding and stuff like that. So we all know he's part of that. Reese did a little research, and I see that that actually prior to him taking the stance that he did as the champion of hating everything except for himself, him and Jesse Jackson was actually friends and somewhat or friendly. They hung out at a couple of events and stuff like that. They said they had a falling out because of the political circle. And I saw that when Trump did a memorial tribute on tweet, he made sure he mentioned the fact that even though some people, the far left, deranged far left, think that he's racist, he actually was friends with this black guy. I come here to say that because you like some black people and you talk and you associate with some black people doesn't make you any less of a racist. If you think you're better than most black folks and you disregard most black folks' accomplishment and you post videos and stuff showing that most black folks are animals and every policy that you do is against black folks as well as others, but black folks in particular, and you call for the unaliving of 6 young black brothers when they did not commit a crime, yeah, that makes you a racist. You understand what I'm saying? And I can't stand when. Give me one second. I want to ask you a question. Yeah, so I'm headed to get my ashes and stuff like that. I was heading that way. Then I told myself, oh, maybe they're not open. And I just saw 2 people and they gave me. So I'm heading to the church to get my ashes as I originally intended. So anyway, to go back, prime example of why I'm having this conversation is that Mel Gibson from Lethal Weapon is a racist. He is. We all know Mel Gibson's a racist. We all know he is. We heard his recordings. We know that he hate a lot of different people. But then Danny Glover, who's known Mel Gibson, who's done several movies with Mel Gibson, who's like, well, I really don't want to. I don't even know if he said that he wasn't a racist, but pretty much he said, well, he was good to me. That's what Danny Glover said. He was good to me. He was like a brother to me. He was good to me. He was good folks when we did the movie. You understand what I'm saying? So I love the guy. He's like he was my brother. Good, Danny Glover. I'm proud to know that Mel Gibson could be good to certain black folks that he worked with and he liked. But just because you like a few, the people that you work with, or the people that can give you business, or the people that like the same sports that you do, and stuff like that, doesn't mean that you're not a racist. And Donald Trump is a racist. We know this. And the only reason I'm talking about it and I'm bringing it up is because he used Jesse Jackson unalivement to bring up, who am I? I'm a black woman in Brooklyn, New York, who can say what the fuck I want to say. That's who am I. And if you don't like what I have to say, thank you for coming. Thank you for the views. Please like the live as you leave. And if you actually knew who I really was in real life, you would know that I'm a credible person and I have every right to say what I'm saying because I'm in that life. If you know who I was in real life, which you don't. Anyway, as I was saying, he decided to tweet because I want to be respectful because Jesse just unalive and everything like that. And his family wants to unite everybody. He said Jesse tried to bring people together, even though he was a strong proponent of black folks, equal rights, making sure that, women and men get their right due, be respected on their job. He didn't appreciate a lot of the stuff that was happening with our community. He still wants to be able to reach across the aisle and talk. It's in Jesse Jackson, Reverend Jessie Jackson way of thinking, and some other people way of thinking. If you don't reach across the hall and speak to your enemies, and the son said this, if you don't speak across the hall and speak to your enemies, so that means that Jesse Jackson and her family recognize who are their enemies or not, then you don't get anything done. Well, I think differently now. I think that sometime when you get to a point in life and you try to work it out and you speak to a bunch of people and they don't want to listen and they want to have things done their own way, sometimes you have to sit back and allow it happen so we can see who. You can't continue to talk and hit your head against a wall when people don't want to listen. You just have to let it happen and just see what happens the next day. That's just me. But I respect the fact that the family wants to continue the message that Jesse wants to bring everybody together. And they want to do it at the church and the ceremony and stuff, going back. And he said, they kept on saying, as long as you're respectful. And I found that to be interesting when he said, as long as you're respectful, which means they are aware that a lot of people are not respectful. So it's just, but anyway, it's their family, it's their loved one. They have to do it the same way. But Donald Trump decided to tweet and use Jesse Jackson death to indicate that he's not racist because he liked this guy. I hung around with this black guy. I helped this black guy get spaces, real estate places, Trump Tower. So I can't be racist if I like this black guy. I can't be sexist if I treat my wife a certain way, but everybody else, all other women, I call them a bitch. It's crazy to me. It's just crazy to me why people won't just accept things the way it is. It's just crazy to me. Why make justifications? Why just let it be? It is what it is. Don't sell us bullshit. Just let it be. If I hate person hate people, they hate people. They hate blacks, they hate blacks. If they hate whites, they hate whites. Let it be. Just recognize where the person is. Decide whether you're going to deal with them or not. And move on. We are all grown folks. We're all grown people. Even the kids, even the little kids should know the differences. But don't sell us an imagery of someone that is not there. He clearly showed us who he is. Yeah. May Reverend Jessie Jackson rest in peace. The family wants everybody to come united to respect his memory. Another thing which I found equally interesting is that the oldest brother really had some sharp words for the media. And I appreciate his sharp word for the media in the fact that he said it's social media that is showing the true nature of who Jesse Jackson, Reverend Jessie Jackson was, showing the love that the community had for him and the great work he did. They went on to say, the brothers went on to say, the son, I'm guessing the older brother, older son, came on to say is that you in the media, you tried to write him into someone that he was not, that you just put him in pretty much in a buttonhole. He went on to say that my father, we received a letter from the King of England. And that's just one of many, showing appreciation and showing who the true Jesse Jackson is. You guys didn't help that. You guys made his life into something that it wasn't. Bravo for that. Bravo to the family for saying that, for holding the media accountable for the reason why we are where we are today. Bravo to them. But I just found it interesting that they were willing to have that type of conversation when it came to the media But in my opinion, they appear to be giving grace to a lot of people that don't deserve it. I just don't want them to rewrite history. I think they have a very clear understanding of where we are in these times. Because again, they said that everybody's welcome, but as long as you're respectful. So I hope that everybody who comes are respectful. According to what I'm saying, that they were very upset with a report that came out about their father after he unaliving, that somebody was talking about some of the stuff that his father did with a mayor or something like that. They didn't appreciate that report. I didn't look into the story, but this is what I heard. So again, they understand what time it is. They understand, so it is this way. It's not, I always do this. Yeah, it's not this, it's not over here, it's the other one. But because I came here, now I gotta complete the whole walk. What the freak? They closed it. La 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 la. Okay, so I'll go this way. Okay, good. They open it up. So I appreciate the fact that they at least are real about it, right? They're very real, they're realistic. They understand, they know what they're asking for. They're pretty much asking for peace and tranquility and stuff like that. And I don't even know if they're asking, but their mom is asking. And that's good. That means everybody's welcome. That means that Donald Trump will probably show up at the services. They may give him an opportunity to talk. And hopefully if he says anything, it won't be with a side of bullshit or a side of racism. Hopefully. One can only dream and hope, right? So anyway, rest in peace, Rev Jessie Jackson. You had a very interesting life. I sometimes say, I think I said the other day, that sometimes you live your life long enough that you can rewrite history to the point that when our future generation will look back, they will see the true nature of the man. Whether it's good or bad, they'll see it. So I'm hoping that when history is written, it's written in mind of all the good work that he did, and people, because he did do some good work, unlike other leaders who most of their work is bullshit and most of the work hurt people, you know. He, I could say, really did a lot of good things in real life, and I hope that he is remembered at that, for that, and respected for that. You know, rest in peace. Rest in peace, Reverend Jessie Jackson. And I hope you rest in peace. All right, you guys have a good day. Bye.